All right. It's 3:02 p.m. I'm going to call to order the Pollyant Trailway Management Council meeting for November 16, 2022. We'll pay our respects to the flag for Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll have invocation and Vice Chair Brakefield, if you'll lead us in the invocation after.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all together. Dear Lord, put your hand on America and guide it with your wisdom and the cities and townships. In the Lord's name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay, with that, we'll have a roll call. Secretary McDonald?
Roll call for attendance of the Pollyant Trail Management Council. Ed Brakefield?
Here?
Bruce Pearson?
Here.
Curtis Wright?
Here.
Mike McDonald? Here. Joe Medor?
Here.
Don Steele? Aaron Watley? Jonathan Nold are not present.
Okay, we do have a quorum. We have no representation from Orion Township. So with that, I would like to amend the agenda and add item 9C, entitle that 2023 Design and Access Fund Grant. I sent an email out earlier requesting to add that to the agenda.
New business.
New business
Yeah,
item 9C. If there are no further amendments to the agenda, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion we approve the agenda as it's changed.
You have a motion, do I have a second to the motion?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Secretary McDonald to approve the agenda as amended. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. On the consent agenda, any questions on the consent agenda? On the minutes, the bills, financial reports, trial manager report, comments?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the consent agenda with the approval of the October 19th minutes, approval of the bills to be paid for $2,628.18, and receive and file the financial reports for October 22 and the trail manager reports for November 22.
Okay. There's a motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Councilor Medor to approve the consent agenda. Any further comments, questions? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call on that. Secretary McDonald, please.
Ed Brakefield?
Yes?
Bruce Pearson?
Yes.
Curtis Wright?
Yes.
Mike McDonald, yes. Joe Medor?
Yes.
Okay, that motion
Motion
carries. Okay, we're moving on to public comment. No public comment?
She
So-
said she's not public.
So we'll move on our agenda to the citizen rep report. Kevin, anything to report?
No report. Afternoon.
Okay, no report on the citizen rep report. Welcome, Aaron, to the meeting.
Thank you. Sarah Lee.
Next, we're gonna move on to unfinished business, and that falls right into your lap, Aaron, for the vault restroom update. In your packet, counselors, there's several pieces of information regarding our vault restrooms that we're planning to put in. I know Aaron has been very diligent on moving this project forward, at least from the Orion Township standpoint. So Aaron, I guess I'm gonna let you give us an update on where we're at and what we need to do going forward.
Township Board approved the purchasing of 2 units from CXT Concrete Products. And so it's a precast, zero maintenance, like what the council asked for. It's a 1,000-gallon tank. Before I place the order, I have a conversation into the health department, so I'll need to go over there in the next week or two to make sure there shouldn't be any issues with permitting before I place the order. So besides that, nothing. It's moving forward. 6-month delivery time on it.
Okay.
Prices are gonna go up. He said probably around 15% January 1st. So as long as permitting from the county is acceptable, then we'll place the order before January 1.
Then that'll be received roughly June, July.
Yep,
June,
June, July.
Mhm.
So the only thing during delivery period is if they need some backfill material. That's the only thing they would need, but it's all encompassing, so the unit, excavation, everything, placing the unit, it's all done.
So you ordered two of them, one for Milk Run and for Water
No,
Depot?
one for Camp Ag 1, no,
Egg one, okay, got it, got it.
and the other one for Orion. so.
Is there any out-of-pocket from Pelican Trail for this?
The only out-of-pocket would be if there's any delays due to inclement weather. So if they arrive, the truck's there, and they have to sit for a day or two. But that would be a conversation that I would have with the board, because we do have excess funds from this project, from the ARPA,
Mm-hmm.
that the ARPA money could potentially incur the cost, so.
So when do you expect it to be fully operational? You know, considering it arrives in,
Literally the next day after they're
Well-
done, it's easy peasy, yeah,
well,
so pretty quick process.
well,
It's 2 units, they put the base in, the 1,000-gallon tank, and then they just set everything on top and little restoration work. Linda will have some seating and stuff like that, but.
Flowers?
Yeah, we got flowers in.
wow,
Yeah.
it's pretty exciting as far as, putting a restroom on the trail goes, you know, so.
Yeah.
So that's, definitely, a big thank you, Aaron, for your efforts on this. Anything else from council? Hi, Donnie.
I would have been on time if it was at the township.
Which one?
Yours.
Oh, no kidding.
So you went the long way.
I'd say one more thing, just on record, but, thank you for the Township Board for allocating such a large amount of funding through the ARPA dollars towards recreation and green space. Not only within our community, but for, interlocal purposes as well, so
Oh, thanks,
appreciate
Aaron.
that. Hopefully our new state rep, will do the same.
Does she need directions to Lansing that we can help her out with now, you know, or?
Now everybody knows where my heart is, right?
We're still your favorite, right,
Yeah,
Don?
well, recreation and parks, it's.
All right, anything else before we move on? Okay, if not, we'll put that on the, consider it done list as of 2023. Next up is the passport grant update. We submitted a passport grant. The results were expected to be known in November, which is this month, I mean, November 1st, as far as I know, but, Trail Manager Moran has been in contact with the state, and they haven't even given her an answer.
Nope, December now. So we're looking at December. Kristen, do you know the exact date? No. It was supposed to be October, they pushed it to November, and now it's into December. So they keep pushing it back.
So, and if we do get this grant, Linda, this will go for resurfacing?
No, this is for a vault toilet and paving at Milk Run.
Okay.
And that is the only thing it is able to be used for.
Okay, and we are on the hook of this one for $11,000 according to the memo in the packet.
And increasing because price increases. We'll try and keep it low, but once we get this grant, we are obligated, if we take it, sign off on it, we have to make the project complete to get the funding, and any overages, we have to
Fall
pay.
back on us.
Yeah, we have to pay.
And this is roughly an $84,000 grant, correct?
Correct.
Which we're
So-
committing 25% of the funding, which includes the Fort County Community Foundation monies that we've received on that, so. Nothing further on that, so we'll see if you bring something to us for a
December.
December report.
Correct.
Nice Christmas present.
What?
Be a nice Christmas present.
I know. Yay, I got a toilet for Christmas.
Last item under unfinished business is a website administrator. Trail Manager Moran and myself have been contacting individuals to see if they can pick up the slack because our current administrator is not cooperating too well. I'll just put it that way. What's happened though in the meantime is Linda has come across an individual on the trail that is in this business, I guess, and he's been working with her to do some updates, putting minutes on the website and doing some other items. So Linda, go ahead and fill in what's been going on.
Well, I met Kurt, I'm not gonna use his last name or anything, you know. You know it, it's in the
It's in the
record.
packet.
I know, but, you know. Anyway, met Kurt on the trail, and he said, hey, you ever need help with your website? And I said, well, yeah. He goes, yeah, because it's a mess. And I said, well, you know, we don't have any funding, blah, blah, blah. And he said, no, I'll do it for free. So I said, yeah, I'll, you know, when things calm down, we'll get to you. The last couple of weeks, I've been working with him. We've updated our bench, trash can, and picnic table policy on the website. We have gotten our for-profit and nonprofit forms on the website. We're cleaning that up. We're just kind of cleaning up some typos. We're cleaning up some miscellaneous things that are on there. He is in the process right now. He's out of town, but, you know, in his leisure time out of town, he's actually adding our minutes from October 2020 to date. So we'll have our minutes up here probably within the next few days, week, 10 days. So we'll be up to compliance with our minutes, and going forward, we can add those on every month instead of them just kind of lingering. Once we get the approved sites for 2023, times, dates, that sort of thing, we'll also take down the 22 list and put up our 2023 list of our meeting dates and times. So anything that we need to have done will be taken care of. We're going to put some links in. We've updated some photographs, so we've been working really hard on it. So take a look at it. It's not done yet, but it's much better than it was. So that's where we're at.
So that actually is, I won't call it a Band-Aid fix, but it gets us up to where we need to be.
Yes.
So I'm thinking for council, we need to maybe take a next step further on what needs to be done. Secretary McDonald?
That leads to my question, which was, is Kurt interested in doing our website as an administrator?
I can ask him. I didn't ask him that question specifically. I was just basically looking for somebody to help just get us up to snuff. Mark and I tried it. Websites are very specific. You need somebody with the talent. I don't have it. Mark doesn't want to have it. So this guy, we were on the phone for 2.5 hours, and he did all this work, and he updated all these things, and it was just like easy peasy for him. So I think once we get everything updated, then we might want to enter into a conversation with him about possibly getting some sort of contract situation going where he would help us out. And we'd have some defined parameters on what he does. So
Can that be done by next month?
I can ask him.
Yeah, see if he might be
Ask
interested.
him,
Otherwise,
absolutely.
we're back to point zero again. I mean, Piston Broke right now isn't fulfilling our needs, so I'm thinking might be time to explore the options of other contractors.
And I've reached out, and you have reached out to other web designers, and we've gotten nothing back. So, or, you know, promises of something back, but nothing. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, so I'll just ask council if you know anybody that might be in this business to
Yeah.
let Linda and myself know. We'll follow up with it. So that's where we're at. Is there anything more to put on the website, Linda?
We've got the minutes. Then once we do the agenda site, or the sites and dates for 2023, we need to put those up. I'd like to clean up some of the dead links, some of the dead stuff, and actually, you know, get it updated. So there's some work, but it's, you know, it's in progress. Once the minutes are up, we'll be in compliance again, so we're good. Because right now we're, I think the last minutes are up were October of 2020. And I have the minutes, Mike McDonald sent them to me, so I have them. We're just getting them on the website now.
Okay, so we'll potentially consider this an agenda item for December.
I've got a real quick question
Sure.
for Linda. Is it GoDaddy still handling the account?
No, Ionis and Piston Broke. I don't know, GoDaddy, no.
We used to, GoDaddy.
I think that was a long time ago,
Yeah.
long time ago.
Okay.
All right, that concludes unfinished business. On to new business. There's a MMRMA 2023 renewal questionnaire for our insurance renewal that's required to be done. I put this on the agenda because I think it's appropriate council authorizes, in this case, trail management and to complete it versus her just doing it on her own. So You can see it's an extensive questionnaire. A lot of it doesn't apply if you go through it, you know, as far as, you know, a lot of information technology type questions on there. Stuff about jail people on there as well, so. But what I would say is definitely filling it out, make sure we're up to date on coverage is number one. Number two is maybe the values that are in there, Linda. So that's something that definitely needs to be done. Any questions from council on this?
I just completed mine for the
Did you?
township for MA.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a hefty refund, so maybe you could get a refund. It's gonna be extremely good this year.
Yeah, because we've been pretty fortunate on our refunds over the years.
Curtis,
Yeah.
I'll make the motion that we authorize Pollyant Trail Manager Linda Moran to complete and submit the 2023 MMRMA liability insurance renewal questionnaire on behalf of the Pollyant Trailway Management Council.
Okay, motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Treasurer Steele to approve Trail Manager Moran to complete the 2023 MMRMA renewal questionnaire. Any further questions on that? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Last item, second to last item, under new business is bridge repairs in Orion Township. This is damage that's been done to the bridge, which is just north of the 3 mile mark in Orion Township. Trail Manager Moran submitted me some pictures. I included those into the packet. You can see the damage that was created somehow. There's been no further leads on who, how, what, or why it was done, but that's where we're at, and we're just now looking for a motion to authorize Trail Manager Moran to submit a claim to the insurance company.
Since I've been doing it, I'll go ahead and make the motion to authorize Pollyant Trail Manager Linda Moran to file an insurance claim with the Michigan Municipal Risk Management Authority for damage to the bridge structure and railings located in Orion Township, just north of the 3 mile marker on the Pollyant Trail.
Okay, a motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, any second to the motion?
There goes our refund.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
Okay, second by Councilor Watley for discussion. Councilor Watley?
I took a look at it, and do you think the damage is more than $1,000?
Oh, God, yeah. It's-
Underneath, I mean, the railings just look like there's some cosmetic issues. I mean, fixing some posts.
That posts, there's probably 14 posts that are broken out, and there's probably, how many sections of fencing? There are probably 8,
14 spindles or posts?
14 posts, because it broke it all the way back beyond that opening spot, and then it broke it beyond that.
Okay.
It snapped them out, I mean, it's, by the time a fence company comes out and fixes it, and it's gonna be all over.
Secretary McDonald?
I'm just wondering, given our track record down in the Orion area with the bridges, maybe we should have a steel railing installed so that it's a little more difficult to wreck. I mean, they make relatively attractive. It doesn't have to be a work of art, but
Well, that goes back to our grants. We're looking at having to have our bridges redone. So you don't want to put a lot of money into an upgrade of a railing that possibly will be going in the bin in a year or so. And because both sides are exactly the same, cosmetically, you'd have a section of 14 units or approximately metal. And then you'd have to some way attach it to the bridge. Right now, there's like a slot on the side of the bridge where the 4x4 posts sit and are screwed into. But if we took that out, we'd have to find some other way to affix the metal fencing to, and that would be very expensive. So I don't know, Aaron, what do you think? You do the bridges. You're the king of bridges over there.
We have a great contractor that's very reasonable price. So.
Good. Fantastic, okay.
So will an adjuster come out and look at the damage
Yeah.
and then figure out what needs to be done?
And if he comes back with a figure of $1,000 or less, because we've had an adjuster come out, then we'll just fix it ourselves and save ourselves, you know, the deductible. But if it's more than 1,000, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could you get that questionnaire into them as soon as possible?
Oh, yeah.
Because then they'll tell you what you're gonna get back, and that might pay for it without filing a claim.
I'll do it tonight.
And, you know, if you're, I don't know if everybody's familiar, I think everybody has MMRMA here, do they not?
We do now?
Yeah.
We get, like, our township bill is 51,000, and I think I'm getting 38 or 39,000 back. Okay, so I'm insuring the whole township for, one year I insured the whole township for $3,000. Okay, it depends on how many claims you put in and different things like that. So if we don't have a claim and we can get our survey in, because I just met with MMRA and they came out and showed me what I'm getting for a check. And I had turned mine in just a couple weeks ago. So if we see we do the questionnaire, and then hopefully, I think, is Tim also the person that you deal with?
No,
McClary?
Keith Potter.
We
Keith
deal with
Potter.
Tim though.
Yeah,
Okay, well, Tim, and then let's see what he gives us back on a refund, and just use that money and don't file a claim. Because next year, you'll get this more back or whatever, but as soon as you file a claim, you'll see it drops. That's just a suggestion.
and
And could I ask one other question? Was that done by a car, or is this done by kids kicking it out and breaking
No.
it?
it was something large, and it wasn't our mower. It was not our mower, because I was with our mower, and if you look at those pictures, do you see the gray stone on those pictures? That's because I was in the area on Monday and Tuesday. So I was with Dave in the area. He went through north, he came down south, mowed, spent the night, or actually the weekend, it was Friday. He spent the weekend, the machinery spent the weekend at 1335 Joslin. He came back, he headed north, and went, and it's.
Could I ask one more question
Sure.
then? Because the trail's like that, if we think it was like a utility truck or
Yeah.
something like that, would it behoove us to put like one post in the middle? I mean, even though that leaves plenty of room for people to get around, but not a vehicle.
It would throw a handicap on mowing, that would.
Well, the problem we have with that, it has to be removable, because I drive on that section of the trail a lot, as does Oakland County Sheriff. And on that particular Monday, Tuesday, when it happened, was Wright Tree Services were in the area, Consumers Energy was in the area, DTE. My husband and I both saw DTE on the trail. I talked to the supervisor. We did have some beaver trees go down on some wires. So they were out removing trees off the wires. And I had a trail user confirm that after 11:30 on Tuesday, when she had gone, or on Monday, after we were gone, she was there at 11:30, she told me that that bridge was fine. So it happened after 11:30 on Monday, and sometime before 10 o'clock on Tuesday, because I was out there on Tuesday when I discovered the damage on Tuesday morning. So,
I was just wondering, because it seems like if we have vehicles on those bridges, we have problems.
Councilor Madore,
Yeah, and so have you reached out to those entities to inquire for damage in their vehicles or see if anybody fesses up?
no, I have not.
I know it's a shot in the dark,
Yeah.
but
No, nobody saw anything, nobody heard anything. We would have told you, but I can reach out to them. But something hit it and drug it. So it was something,
that's probably something a little more nefarious than an accident from a contractor.
yeah. It was definitely, I mean, there was a lot of damage. I mean, it's pretty rough looking.
you file a report.
I filed a police report, yes.
Treasurer Steele.
Is there a time frame in which you have to make a claim to make sure that you can get, that's like, is there a time frame for that?
I don't really think so.
Okay.
You just use the police report and
So-
just say that, you just had, as long as the police report was done, then it shouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem.
Do you think it could be those four-wheelers? Or the motorcycles?
I've had a couple of signposts pulled out recently that actually had chain marks where they had been wrapped around, the post had been wrapped in chain and yanked out. Here, I've got two in the back of my truck right now. I don't know. I'm not gonna blame anybody, cause I wasn't there and I'm not God, so.
I was saying,
But
you
it's
saw it
just-
in marks, like on the posts or anything?
No, just, on the railings. We're kinda scraped up, so I don't know. What do you think, Aaron? You saw 'em. I don't know.
Almost like a truck, big utility truck rubbed up against
Right.
them.
Well, at Monday night after Dave left, because I had taken Dave back to 1335 Joslin, and he had picked up his truck and went home, because he had parked it at Breakfield's house then. Mark and I were there, and DTE was out there then. And then the next morning at 10 o'clock is when I found the damage. And I'm not accusing anybody. It just seems very coincidental that these utility entities were all in that area, and it pops up. But I'm not gonna say they did it, because I don't know that. I don't know that.
And if it was continuous, you could put cameras there too.
Yeah, we did have cameras in there, and the neighbors tried to steal them. So, we do have pictures of them trying to steal our cameras. But let's to see those. But, yeah.
Anything further? If not, all in favor of filing insurance claim, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Right.
Those opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Okay, let me file an insurance claim.
All right, and I will do the paperwork for the MMRA renewal tonight or tomorrow morning, and then file a claim maybe Friday or Monday.
Wait till you get a date when they're gonna come out. Do they have to come out?
For
The insurance, for the,
the
no,
renewal.
not the adjuster, but for the, once you fill out the form, then they come and do an inspection.
Not
right.
normally.
The appraiser, they're gonna have an insurance appraiser come out and look at it.
Yeah.
The damage to the railing,
Right.
right.
No, no, I'm talking about taking care of getting our policy updated
The questionnaire, you mean.
before, yeah, the questionnaire.
That you do online.
Right, we do that
That can
online.
be sent,
Yeah.
tonight or tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah, and what happens with that is, we fill out, has there been any change? Do you have more employees? Do you have vehicles? You
Right,
know, that
right.
stuff. And then, once that's been filled out, then they do all the internal bits to figure out what your return is going to be. And then they schedule an appointment to come out and actually give you the check, and you sign off on the policy. So,
Okay, next item that was added to the agenda is the 2023 access, Design and Access Fund Grant. And the reason why it was added is there's a deadline that would be preceding our December meeting, so I wanted to get this on the agenda. Krista Wiltfank's here that has been instrumental in getting this document to this stage here for a resolution approval on it. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and let Kristen explain what the Design and Access Grant Fund is, what it will do, and hit the fine points.
Good afternoon, council. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak. My name is Kristen Wilfing. I'm a planner with Oakland County in the Economic Development Department. Before you is a resolution of support for a grant application for the Ralph C. Wilson Legacy Funds and the Design and Access Fund specifically, as there are multiple funds in that grant. But there's a application that is due on December 12th, and because the Pollyant Trailway Management Council is a 501c3, you are eligible to apply. So we are working on putting the grant application together and pulling together all of the information. And so the resolution before you today is for a grant application in the amount of $50,000, which is the maximum amount. And then we are also asking for a match of $25,000 from the Trailway Management Council. And then the intent would also be to apply in early 2023 for an Oakland County Parks and Recreation Community Grant for a pre-development trail grant in the amount of $25,000. So the total project budget for this preliminary engineering would be $100,000. And so that is in line with some of the cost estimates that we had received from proposals a couple of years ago. That number may change depending on the total scope of the project and how bids come back on the request for proposals. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that folks may have.
Any questions from council on this?
Where would the money be used, or what?
Resurface.
Yeah, so it's for the preliminary engineering to complete the construction documents for the resurfacing portion.
For
of the
resurfacing the trail.
Okay.
Treasurer Steele?
That was my question.
Okay.
Counselor Watley. Could we use the Spark grant funding or the Oakland County money as match? So if we went for 50,000, then use.
Yep, so the Oakland County money, through the community, grant for the pre-development on the trailways, that would be used as match. We also looked at the Spark grant funding. There's 3 rounds of that. The first round is open, this year, this fall. And then there's 2 additional rounds, in 2023. That timeline hasn't been released yet for 2023. Looking at all of the grant criteria for that particular Spark grant, I don't think that this project is far enough along. There's still too many unknowns, and really, I think we want to look at round 2 or round 3 for this particular project. Kind of tighten it up a little bit and then apply for construction dollars.
The later projects, or the later funding rounds also have higher dollar limits on them, so it's not like, if we don't get it in the first round, it's not gonna penalize us. There's a fixed amount, and I think it goes from 15 for the first round to 20, 25 million for the next 2 rounds.
That's my understanding as well. And then we would also look at the Transportation Alternatives Program through the Michigan Department of Transportation for some additional funds for construction dollars.
And just as a note, I did pass out to council our money's on deposit at Oakland County. There's just so you're aware, if you're concerned about the matching monies right now, we got, in that case, I think it's $207,000 balance as of November 1st, so definitely have some increased monies from what we were last year at this time, so it's pretty comforting that we can look at these grants more aggressively. Treasurer Steele?
And with the deposits from Addison and Oxford, from their ARPA grants into the fund balance, was designed to resurface the trail to begin with. So matching this grant of $25,000, if we get it, is right in line using that fund balance for match, is what I see it to be, right?
Yes, that's my
And-
understanding.
And that you're hoping with the $100,000, just as Astor Kristen is to get a better scope of what the project will cost and where we need to go next for what we're trying to apply for, because this should give us a cost of.
So with the preliminary engineering, you'll get the construction documents, you'll also get the engineer's estimate of cost.
Okay.
And then they'll also generate the bid documents to go to construction. So it's all of that preliminary work before you actually get to construction. So it'll give you the very detailed quantities and also cost estimates, which will change because those are constantly fluctuating, so.
Just, if this is approved, Kristen, when will the monies be received? Do you have an
Yeah,
idea?
certainly. So, awards are announced in late April, and then funds would be almost immediately available if it's a successful, grant award in early May.
Okay.
And then I believe the Oakland County Parks pre-development grants, that grant cycle will open in early 2023. So it'll be a nice alignment for this preliminary phase.
And the grants are through the county? They are county grants?
I'm sorry, so the Ralph C. Wilson Junior Legacy Funds, those monies are held by the Community Foundation of Southeast Michigan. So it's a
Yes.
fund through the Community Foundation. The Oakland County Parks grants are held by the county.
And I just,
Good.
I just had conversations with the county parks, and I thought maybe could apply to do something for our seniors. Is that the same grant through the
Yeah.
parks?
And they have a variety of
Yeah, and
uses.
they just informed, I sent a message, and they informed me we can't use ARPA funds or anything like that for matches on that, so they just came back with me on that, because that was one question I asked. So, just so you know that in the future.
Yeah, that's good to know. If some of our monies are ARPA monies, and those monies there, the 207,000.
So we have to come up with other money and use ARPA someplace else, that's all.
Yeah, good point. Okay, if nothing else, Fair Manager Moran?
Kristen, with the ARPA monies, can we use ARPA monies given to us by the community to use in our budget and take our budgeted money, which is community contributions, and put those and use those for match? Can we switch them? I mean, is that, I don't know, is that,
Kind of how you do it.
I
Yes.
think those ARPA funds may, it depends on how you receive those funds.
Right.
If there's specific
Oh, okay.
wording in the resolutions to accept those funds, you probably should respect.
well, I
them.
just didn't know.
We
You know.
didn't accept the funds from ARPA. We accepted them from Addison and Oxford.
But your sub-recipients, there might be strings.
But what does the resolutions from Addison and Oxford
They apply
say?
to- They apply to the communities, not to us, because
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
you guys, you did your collection of those funds and the auditing of those funds happened at the municipality level, not at the Pollyant, so.
And what I'm applying for through for the seniors grant through the county there is I will be using my ARPA funds, which I can't use. So by giving them to somebody else, you're saying that
Your auditing is
the
at the
ARPA funds are
front.
mine and whatever I gave you is for you to use how you want.
I mean, does
That's
that,
how I
So
say.
just
Sweet.
be aware of it.
Yeah, we need some
Oh,
clarification.
I was in,
Yeah.
I was in a
Which
lot,
hand, which hand is?
I was in a lot of discussions with the ARPA funds, with our auditor, with our procurement person for our funds for months before we had our funds, so, and we used them as payroll reimbursements, and that's how we audited for our funds. So if we were to give you $78,000, that's clean money,
Okay.
it's clean.
yeah.
Money laundering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
in those are
it's-
terms, it's
no,
clean money laundering should be
It
there.
is.
You don't have to say anymore.
It followed
But
the
would that,
audit
would that work for us, Kristen? And then none of the money is federal dollars then, it's clean money.
But you're right, it's a
Ask
gift
us
like
for
I give
something
to
back there before you vote.
That's why I'm asking, because I don't want to get caught about doing anything bad. I'm always a good girl.
Probably
I'm a
something-
good girl. I'm a good girl. Yeah, no, I know. But if we ask the question now and we're clean, then we never have to worry about not being clean.
So for this particular grant, since it is private funding and you're matching with public funds, that criteria doesn't really, it's not an issue for this particular grant. You'll probably want clarification for other grants because the eligibility is a little bit different
Like
than
the-
matching funds.
The Spark requires, you can't match Spark. Actually, there's no match on Spark, correct?
Correct.
All right, so TAP would be federal dollars, matching federal dollars. So it would be the TAP grant that we would need to,
Oh, Ralph C. Wilson has no requirements for that money matched, just for.
Okay,
they don't care.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, go ahead, Counselor Pearson.
Okay, resolution of support for a grant application by the Pollyant Trail Management Council to the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Legacy 2023 Design and Access Fund for the Pollyant Trail Modernization and Safety Improvements Project, preliminary engineering.
We have a motion to approve the resolution by Counselor Pearson. Any second to the motion?
Second.
Second by Counselor Watley to approve the resolution for the Design and Access Fund grant. Let's do a roll call on this, Secretary McDonald.
Donnie Steele,
Yes.
Aaron Watley,
Yes.
Curtis Wright,
Yes.
Mike McDonald, yes. Joe Madore,
Yes.
Ed Brakefield,
Yes?
Bruce Pearson.
Yes,
Motion carried.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you, Kristen.
thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
That's on this.
Should we have mentioned the dollar figure in that motion?
Well, it's in the resolution already.
Resolution, yeah.
It's in the resolution, so we're good on that.
Okay.
Public comment? Any, wanna speak in the public, Kristen? Okay, no public comment, on the council comments, let's start with, Aaron.
Happy Thanksgiving and Happy New Year, or Happy Christmas. Christmas starts early at our house, but also sad to see Donnie go. Congratulations on the new role. We'll be bugging you really good.
We know where you live. We know where you live.
He's on my cell number.
Counselor Madore.
The village is prepping to apply for the Oakland County Parks Grant for the development from repairs and upgrades at Scripter Park. And I want to thank Aaron from Orion Township and Linda from Pine Trail and others who have already provided us with letters of support. And happy Thanksgiving and congratulations on your victory.
Vice Chair Brakefield.
Just a nice meeting. Everything was well prepared, and thank you very much, Chairman, and congratulations, Donnie.
Thank you very much.
Secretary McDonald.
Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everybody, and whoopee for Donnie.
Counselor Pearson.
I don't have a whole lot to say, except I'm trying to get a map quest here for you, so you know how to get there. Okay?
Oh, I know.
But other than that,
Yeah, I've just, I'm sorry.
congratulations.
Thank you. They've already started orientation tomorrow and Friday, and so I think to get somewhere on time, I'm gonna have to sleep in Lansing.
100 miles,
It's
isn't
like,
it? Each
I'm
way.
sorry. I'm gonna really miss you guys. Sorry.
You'll be missed. You'll be missed too.
Oh,
Donnie.
no, we have somebody up there who speaks
Yeah,
for us
thank
now.
you.
You won't miss us, we'll be there.
I love the pit trail so much, you know, I moved on it, so it's a dear to my heart, and I'm gonna see whatever I can do to make it be, as nice, if not nicer, in the future, and longer. That was my goal, is to make it longer, all the way through Lapeer and make that connector. That was one of my pet projects. I don't know what that even looks like, but that would be my.
I think there's somebody else in this room that really wants to see that happen too.
Yeah, to me, our northern trail should look like the southern trail, and that was my goal when I go in, if I have the opportunity, so. And I don't know who's gonna step in this position, I think Julia is the, other council person, and we'll figure out who the alternate is, and I don't know if I'll make the last meeting, but my goal is to try it. That's it. Thanks you guys for all that you do and contribute. It shows in how the trail looks and how much pleasure that is received from that trail, from families and the community. So, thank you for all that you do.
Thanks, Donnie.
Yeah.
Kevin, any comments?
Just happy holidays, everyone, and Johnny, congratulations.
Maya?
You're up.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Merry Christmas to come. And Donnie, I prayed like heck you'd win, and I prayed like heck that you'd lose. And I'm glad you won. And I think, you know, if you bring your get-her-done attitude to Lansing, I think we're all going to be better for it as Michiganders. And I think you're going to do a really good job. I'm really proud of you. You worked hard. You worked hard. And it's only 3:45, people. Oh, and I have snacks.
Yeah.
You got a do-over?
I just wanted to say that, you know, I won't be in town, but it will be 84 degrees.
Oh,
where I'm
God, here we
headed,
go
So I
again.
just wanted to let you know that.
Oh,
So do we need a Zoom meeting?
No, I'll be back.
Oh,
I'll be back for the next one.
it's 80 and sunny in Peru. I'm just saying that too.
Peru.
Peru. So I'll be thanking you. Nope. In Peru.
Peru.
I'll bring you socks. I'll bring you socks bags.
We'll have to start saving our money for the ransom.
I think that's why Mark's taking me there. He doesn't have any money. He's just going to leave me there.
It's funny.
Donnie, congratulations to you. I know there's a lot of time that was spent to get where you wanted to be, and now you're there almost. You started on January 1st, get sworn in? Yeah, so it's bittersweet to see you move on, to lose you off the council, but we know we've got an ally in Lansing now to really hopefully get an ear or get a conduit, somebody that can respond to things that we need, but definitely congratulations on that. We'll just have to keep going and keep you in mind as the 9th member on the council.
Thanks, Curtis. Thanks
yeah.
for your hard work.
You're going to do an awesome job, Donnie. You always have. You're just a...
And everybody, I
Somebody
think
to replace you, they won't be able
we'll
to.
entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting at, what time is it, Mike?
I'll make that motion to adjourn at 3:47.
Okay,
I'll second.
we got a motion by Treasurer Steele, second by Vice Chair Brakefield to adjourn at 3:47. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, Kristen.
And Kristen.